this. I'm gonna be real honest. Sometimes students do not pay attention of the instruction. Why? In the previous class, they sent me another kind of information that I never asked for, okay? That's why. Let me show you, okay, now. Over here, in the PowerPoint that I discussed and I asked you to do, I explained this yesterday, okay? I explained this yesterday. What I asked you to do is that you need to create a graphic. You need to create a graphic of max decision-making grid of this one, of this chart. You have to create a graphic. Some of you send me something like this, the graphic of this one. Sorry, hold on, let me. Gillian, llegó Mother's Dance, okay. Gillian, Mother's Dance, okay. Admitir, Burger. Okay, ya. Tomando asistencia, attendance. Okay, now, some of you did this and I never asked you to create a graphic of this chart. And this happened because by the time I'm giving you the instructions, you are using your cell phone. Unfortunately, that is the truth. Most of you, not all of you, you are using yourself and you are not even paying attention to what I'm explaining. But anyway, my job is try to explain it, but in 30 minutes, I am not able to explain this topic. But anyway, that's why I ask you that you need to take your books and start reading some of this information if you want to get good grades in this subject. Okay, what I asked you to do, guys, was to create a chart of this one, this presentation, okay? That's what I asked you to do. Okay, now in order to create this chart, you have to understand that this is going to be your hours, and this, oh my God, this is going to be the X. Are going to be my X. Choices are going to be my X, and these two are going to be my Y's in the graphic. X es la ejes, los axis, X axis, los ejes de la X, y estas dos van a ser los ejes de la Y, axis Y, this one. So that's the only way you are going to create something like this one. Like in this chart, remember, this is the hours. When you mix this column with this column, you're going to get the marginal benefits. And when you mix this column with the last column, you are going to get your marginal costs. Okay, so the same thing, you're going to get something like that. Now in here, this is a very particular graphic. Why? Because over here you are mixing letters and numbers. Over here there were only numbers. So that's why you have to be very creative in order to design this graphic, okay? So let's begin now. This is what you were supposed to complete, to present today. Something like this. Over here, the X, hours, 1, 2, and I'm gonna start explaining. If I invest only 1 hour, according to this, only 1 hour, I'm going to get a D. That's why I put over here the D, and also have to use the same pattern. D from up and down. D, C, B, B plus, minus A, and A. The same thing happened over here. D, C, B, B plus, A, minus A, and A. And over here with the marginal cost, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the hours with your friends. Okay, now let's do this. Now, if I invest 1 hour to study, and the rest of the time, that is going to be 5, I would get a D. If I invest 2 hours, I'm going to get a C. If I invest 3 hours of studying, I'm going to get what? A B. Now, if you go further, your marginal benefits over here, marginal benefit is going to be less, and your marginal cost is going to be greater. And that's over here, you are not to go further than this. The maximum you are supposed to be is studying at least 3 hours. Okay? If you go further, it's gonna be negative. You're gonna get your marginal cost is gonna be greater than your marginal benefits, and you need to get a good benefit, a marginal benefit greater than the marginal cost. Now the other way around, if we mix this one, this first column, with the opportunity cost, that is spending time with your friends. Over here now, if I spend one over here, let's go over here. If I spend 5 hours with my friends and 1 hour studying, I'm gonna be right here. If I spend 4 hours, I'm gonna have only 2 hours of studying. 4 hours with my friends, 2 hours of studying. The other way over here, if I spend 3 hours with my friends, I only wanna have only 3 hours of studying, and so on. So it means that over here, when these two crosses, it means that is the maximum, or the maximum benefit you could get. If you go further, you could get your marginal benefit is gonna be negative. So this is what you were supposed to do. Anyway, I load up, I think I loaded up already. It's already in the platform, this graphic with all the information. Okay, guys, now let's move on. Now, until today, until right now, we are going to finish the topic about opportunity cost and trade-off. Now, the next topic we have to deal with is this one. This is the topic that we have to discuss today. At least we need to start discussing it. Okay, guys, everybody please pay attention. As I said, this is not easy. This is not simple. The only way to understand this is you, after the class of the explanation, then you take some time and grab your, remember you have the document. This document, you have it already. So you have to study it, at least read it 2 or 3 times in order to understand it. Okay, now the topic is analyzing production possibilities. ¿A qué le suena eso? Analizar la posibilidad, la posible cantidad de producción que se puede hacer. Okay, that's what it means. Se analiza cuánto yo puedo hacer de una cosa, cuánto yo puedo hacer. Why? Because remember, because of the word scarcity, escasez. The resources are scarce. Los recursos son escasos, okay? Okie dokie. Now, the objective of this section is describe what a production possibility curve is and how it is constructed. The second one, explain what economics learn from using production possibility curve. Why they use it? And the last one, analyze how production possibility curve show economic growth. Okay. Now this is, remember the topic is this one. Then you have to write in your notebook, analyzing production possibility. Now over here is the vocabulary. Vocabulary, you have it already because I'm gonna load it up. The platform, the PDF about this topic. So don't worry, I think during the weekend, well, I think it's already, this the PDF with all the document is already in your platform, okay? Now this is the vocabulary that you have to write it in your notebook. Now over here, this is the meaning of each word. Okay, we have, oh yeah, something 9 until 9, yes. Now we have 14 minutes. Yes. Okay, the class finished at 9. Okay. Okay, now we have enough time. Okay, now let's explain this. Now remember, in economics there are different goods and different services. Now over here in this book, and in the school, in order, even in university, in order for you to understand how these models, this, they call it models, son una especie de modelos, models, how it works, they only use two products. Okay, economics have created economics models. This is an economics model, the graphic or the chart. Simplified representation of complex economics activities, system, or promise to clarify the trade-off. Okay, one such model is production possibility curve, and this is the term they use it. PPC, production possibility curve. Look, it's like a curve. So this is the production possibility curve. It's not like a line, straight line. It's like a curve, right? So a graph is used to illustrate the impact of sacrificing on an economic by showing the maximum number of goods or services that can be produced using limited resources. Now over here there is a, remember we have some resources and we have to create loaf of bread. What is the meaning of loaf of bread? Moldes de pan. And brand muffins, que son los muffins. Que creo que en el McDonald's, chuzo, a mí cómo me gustan los muffins. En el McDonald's. Sabroso con la salchicha. Ah, sabroso. Okay, now this is, now pay attention to this. If you use all your resources only to produce loaves, you'll be able to create 12 loaves of bread and none of muffins like this one. So the over here should be the point over here, this one. Okay, now if we try to, okay, this says, okay, I'm tired of bread and I want to produce some muffins. So if I want to get 35 muffins, I have to sacrifice from 12 to 10. I have to sacrifice the resource that we use to produce two loaves of bread. That resource, I'm gonna use it in order to produce 35 muffins. And so on. If I want to produce the double, I have to sacrifice from here to here, 7. I have to, from here, we have to sacrifice 3 more. It means it's 5. So far I have sacrificed 5 loaves of bread in order to get, in order to get 63 muffins, and so on. You see, this is easy. Okay, now this is point B. Over here it says 7. 7 is almost like this. 6, 7 around here, and 63 muffins is around here, and both meets in here. So that's way, in that way they create this curve, this production possibility curve. Let's move on, guys. Here. Now, but in order to create this model, economic model, we have to assume, tenemos que asumir algo que tiene que ser por hecho. Okay. Now, like all other economics model, the PPC is based on assumptions. Están basados de asunciones that simplify the economics interaction. Why? Because in economics there are several facts or several items that we need to consider. But here, in order to understand how it works, we only use two products or 2 services. Okay, now simplify the economic interaction for the production possibility curve. These assumptions are these ones over here. Resources are fixed. All resources are fully employed. That means that está utilizada a su máxima capacidad. That's what it means over here. The economic is running as full production, su máxima capacidad. Esas son las asunciones, pero en realidad no es así a veces, okay? Only 2 things can be produced. In economics, not only 2 things, they produce several things, okay? Now, in order to, this, they use it only for pedagogical process. Proceso pedagógico para que ustedes entiendan, okay? Now, it says, the assumptions simplify the situation and suits the graphic format with one variable on each axis, okay? And the last one, technological, is fixed. There are no technological breakthroughs to improve method of production. Let's move on. Okay. With the previous class, I reached until this PowerPoint slide. Okay, I'm gonna, this is the last PowerPoint slide. I'm going to explain it, and then I'm gonna give you time for you to relax and enjoy your recess. Now, this is the last one. It said, the production possibility curve represents the border. Representa el borde. Why? This is the border. Este es el borde. You cannot go further. No pueden irse, no pueden pasar más allá. Es imposible que se pueda, la producción pueda ir. Acuérdense que están limitada la producción. ¿Ok? Here. Okay. The production possibility curve represents the border or frontier or la frontera. You cannot go further than that limit from that curve between what is possible to produce and what is not possible to produce. This model is sometimes called a production possibilities frontier. La posibilidad de la frontera de la posibilidad de producción. En español, debe haber un término más bonito en español, pero esa es la traducción. El límite máximo de producción. La frontera en su límite máximo de producción. Something like that, okay. Now this is the same chart that we saw in previous, and this is the muffin. I think this is a muffin, and this is the loaf of bread. I think I don't know, something, some of them, any of them. Okay, now it is useful to this useful tool for businesses is useful for businesses and even government, but it works just as well with individual or small-scale economic decisions. Okay. The production possibility curve. Okay, we're gonna stop right here, guys, because we have 5 minutes left. As you see, guys, this is interesting. I guess. What do you think? Give me your opinion, Martin.